Hello, welcome to Thy Raven's Cauldron. I'm Amanda. I'm sick. I've been sick. So I've not really done any readings. And I'm a umming and a thinking and an umming and a thinking. Yeah. So besides that point, yes, shit. Before I go live tonight on TikTok, I was wanting to go ahead and make a video and talk about twin flames. So twin flame journey. And I'm just hoping that this will help somebody. Because I was so lost. You get on here and you're looking for all this information, and some of these things will explain what you're going through. And then you've got some of these teachers, they're really great teachers, and they're telling you, you bring it back into you. Heal yourself, bring it back into you, and that's the magic. And you do that, and it's like surprise, abracadabra. I don't know, but you just feel so lost, right? So I just figured I would share my story. So let's see, 2022, my husband passed away, and not long after that, this guy from high school kind of pushed his way in, and I couldn't push him back out. It was a mess. That was a very, very toxic situation. But he kept telling me that he was my twin flame, and I was like, I didn't know what a twin flame was. I was like, no, you're not. And he would say things about my gifts, like how they was enhanced when he was around, or this or that, and I was like, no, they're not. My gifts are the same, with or without you. But I was just like, okay. And which he didn't like my cards, because my cards told on him. But that's besides the point too. Like I said, it was very toxic situation. But he would go to jail and he'd be like, oh, could you not feel me, or da da da, and I'd be like, no, bro, you couldn't. So then not long after that, well, actually while he was in jail, I ended up dating another guy, and me and him was so much alike that, after listening to the one, I was like, well, shit, I was like, you may be my twin flame, because we was so much alike, which that didn't last long. And he went back to his ex-wife, which I hope that they are happy, because the way that, she's a great woman. And I'm, really actually kind of thankful for them in that time of my life. Which I'm actually kind of really thankful for everybody. I don't know. you get this way. But, so, from then, I ended up dating another gentleman and seeing another one kind of off and on. But then this past summer, I go out on a date with someone. And actually, the crazy thing is this person, I don't know, the first friend request that I had got from them, I didn't know them, but I knew them. There's always been this magnetized towards this person. I don't know how to explain it. But, so, always this attraction, this magnetized thing towards this person. And we go out. Actually, I think we've seen each other twice. But, everything went crazy haywire. And both of us acting funny. And, him running and me chasing and me trying not to chase. And, it was a mess. And then finally, he's asking, he's like, what's wrong? What was that? Because I was deleting messages, actually. And I was like, you know what? I was like, let me just go ahead. And I was like, I'm crazy enough to address the elephant in the room. I was like, I'm in love with you. I love you, and there's no logic reason for it. I was like, and you love me. And there's no logic reason for us loving each other, I mean, there's no logic for it. And he agreed. And, like, he was really good at disappearing. But, like, he tried to send me a picture on Snap every day. And I don't know. I think, like, in his mind, honestly, I'm not sure. A little bit later on, I think I got it out of him that, because it was like he had told me, it was like, I told you, da da da, and I'm like, you ain't fucking told me a thing. But he was like, I'm just not ready. I'm not ready. Okay, great. I didn't know that we could put a, pause button on something like this, but okay, I got you. But, like, and during all this, I'm falling all to hell. And the longing, your soul longs for this person, and, like, it is unreal. That longing will bring you almost to your knees. Like, I've never felt anything like it. And then being able to feel this person, and, like, their emotions, and knowing that they feel you too, like, it's a bit crazy. Like, and there's times that I can feel, like, his heart beating in my chest, even though, I got my own heart, then it's like I got his heart going. It's, all these different crazy things that happen to you. So, if you're going through this, know that you're not going nuts, that this is part of this. And, it's always talking about how you bring your energy back to you. How do you do that? You'll hear, this is a soul's journey. And it is. It really is. It's a healing journey, though. And it's really hard to bring that focus off of that person and back onto you because of the longing and, like, just this soul recognition, because this other person is you. They got, like, some people want to say it's the other half of you. The other, they got the other half of your soul. And, during this, that was something that I had, said. I'm like, how am I supposed to detach from you when you've got the other half of, our soul, my soul? How am I supposed to detach from that? And it's very hard to, to kind of do that. It's very hard to come to a peaceful place. And, like, I had finally, what I feel like is inner union, finally hit inner union, and have been in such a very peaceful place. But at the same time, I don't know, there's, like, this feeling of regression, and you go back and forth in this. But, and there's some days that's really harder than others. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's so much harder than others because, like, something may trigger you, and I don't know, like, I'm still trying to navigate and figure this out, but that's what I said. Hopefully this helps somebody. I'm going to start trying to talk about this journey and trying to help in that sense. And that way, not only that way, maybe we all can help each other, because this is what it is. It's a healing journey. Like, you end up looking at your twin flame, and you mirror each other so much. And one of the things, too, though, like, I kept telling myself was, how hard is this for me to walk away and be done? Because then I'm feeling like I'm betraying myself. You know, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, I'm betraying myself if I continue chasing, but I'm betraying myself if I don't, because, you know, like, I love you and you're me, and like, it's a hard thing. It's a very hard journey. And it is, like, but it's very rewarding. Because you kind of get to this oneness, you know, and you can see yourself in everything, and you can see, like, the awareness of being aware, and then that you're aware. It's a bit crazy, though, but I figured maybe talking about it and, like, kind of where I'm at maybe will help someone. And, you know, I'm going to continue doing card reads, and come find me on TikTok, and, you know, we'll see how this all goes. But yeah, that's it for right now, and I'll probably be on here tomorrow and, you know, talk about it some more. Maybe start talking about different aspects, like, of the journey, different things, because, you know, we get on here and we watch so much stuff looking for help and understanding. But I think, you know, the biggest thing is it's like we're losing ourselves to find ourselves. So, anyways, I hope this helps someone. I hope this will help someone. Follow me for more, and I will see you all tomorrow.